Today I'm going to show you exactly how to build a content system for SaaS that actually scales. Not the usual generic advice you get everywhere else. Listen, I've helped dozens of SaaS companies build content systems that drive real business results. I'm talking about qualified demos and trials, not just meaningless vanity metrics. So let's get straight into it. So first things first, you need to understand what actually works in SaaS content. Okay, the key is to create content that addresses specific pain points of your ideal customer, not just any random person who might stumble across your website. So I'm going to break this down to you into a simple 4-piece framework. So first, we have pain point content that directly addresses the problems your software solves. And then for number 2, we have solution-aware content, which is content that educates prospects about different approaches to solving their problems. And then for the third part of this pyramid here, we have comparison content, which is content that positions your solution against alternative solutions. And that basically means you're setting yourself on the high ground here. You are going to be the authority, and it's not that hard to do inside of SaaS because a lot of companies do the very minimal effort when it comes to content making. They don't make engaging videos. They don't have hooks. They don't guide you through the process. They expect people to understand their product, and when they're filming their content, they're shooting it from a perspective like they already know exactly what the product is and how to use it. So we are not going to do that when we are creating content for our SaaS product. Okay. And then for the fourth one, we have case study content. Obviously, real results from real customers. That's what builds trust. This isn't random. This is a strategic system that moves prospects through your funnel. So for example, if you sell an email marketing software, most companies would create specific generic content like 10 email marketing tips, which is super broad. Okay. Instead of honing in on their specific audience, which would be something like why your email open rates are dropping and how to fix it. Email segmentation versus personalization, which drives more revenue. And then you could even have like a case study one, like how customer name increased conversions by 237% in 60 days. Do you see the difference here? One is super generic fluff. The other is a system designed to convert. We don't want to just sound like ChatGPT, and we also want to hit our target audience. So when we're making super broad titles like 10 email marketing tips, we're going to be everywhere. We're not going to hold in on the actual quality prospects that we were supposed to drive into our brand, our funnel. We're going to stay away from the low quality leads here. Now let's talk about how to actually produce content at scale. Okay, a lot of people look at content creation, especially inside of SaaS companies, like it's a big pain in the arse. They are managing a bunch of other high leverage tasks. They don't want to just hand it off to team members who are already overworked. Most companies fail because their content process relies too heavily on the founder or a single marketing person, and that's not really scalable at all. So here's the exact process we use with our clients. First, we create your content pillar. I identify 3 to 5 main topics that directly relate to your product's value proposition. These become your content pillars. For number 2, what we do here is we build your content database for each pillar, create a specific spreadsheet. So customer questions from sales calls, support tickets, Reddit, Quora, keywords with decent search volume, but obviously low competition, competitor content gaps that we can exploit. After that, we'll develop your content assembly line, and this is pretty much where all the magic happens. We have 4 roles here. So first, we have the subject matter expert who takes all of your information, everything we got and know about your company and all the core insights. We pass that along to the content strategist that turns that into outlines. And then from there, that outline gets put to our content creator who stands in front of the camera and films just like how I'm doing now. We pick the right creator that fits the right voice for your brand. And that way you don't have to show up on camera and you can focus on your other high leverage tasks. And then after that, we move that on to the editor who then polishes these drafts into final pieces, smooth animation, text hooks, everything you need to keep retention throughout the video and then drive them through that funnel process. And then we have the editor who polishes those drafts into the final pieces. He'll also cut those drafts, those long form content or the final pieces into a bunch of short form content so that you can post them on all of your short form platforms as well. That way you can get more reachability and more eyes, building more awareness. And then finally, we publish your content across all different platforms, which would be the short form platforms and then also YouTube. So your company is everywhere. Obviously, if you feel like this is not of value to, then you would go ahead and get an expert inside of yours. Could be a founder, could be a product person, have them give all the core insights, pass it down to content strategist inside your team, have your own content creator, and then have your own editor, and then distribute it across all platforms. That's if you decide to do that on your own. But obviously here at Grow Social, we play the role in that whole assembly line. So for step number 4 here, you're going to want to create content templates and develop templates for each content type. So problem solution articles, comparison pages, case studies, feature explanation pages. These templates save massive time and ensure consistency. Obviously, you're going to want to automate as much as you can, especially as a busy founder with other tasks to do. You're going to want to obviously automate this, and having templates does save your time. So for step number 5, implement a content calendar. This is very good for organization. So you're going to want to use a tool like Trello, Asana to manage your content pipeline from idea to publication. With this system in place, you can scale from 2 pieces of content per month to 10 plus without sacrificing quality. Okay. It's super important to stay organized throughout this entire process of content. Content isn't just something where you just pick up a camera and film and then just post. You're not going to be delivering quality. A lot of people think that they can do that, but let me tell you, you're going to see a slow dying death for your company if you just pick up a camera and film and think that's okay. Okay, so you want to make sure you're organized so you can get out 10 plus quality videos without sacrificing anything. Creating content is only half of the battle. You need to get in front of the right people. Okay, so most SaaS companies make a fatal mistake here. They publish content and then they immediately move on to the next piece. Here's what works instead. Here's our 1 to 5 rule. For every piece of content you create, you should have 5 distribution actions. So let me show you what this looks like. For a single blog post, you should have turnkey insights into a Twitter thread, repurpose and create a different version, a more simplified version for LinkedIn, and then you turn the main points into a YouTube video like the one we're doing right now. After that, what you would do is you would package it as a PDF lead magnet. Send it directly to prospects in your sales pipeline. This is going to drive your sales up the roof. You're going to keep those potential prospects engaged, and you're going to give them more of a reason to choose you over their competitors, because a lot of competitors are not doing this. Really pay attention here and focus. But here's the most important part. You need to optimize your content for search intent, okay? So let me explain real quick. For top of funnel content, focus on providing value without pushing your product explicitly. You can't expect people to buy from you from the first time that they see you, okay? You have to develop a relationship. For middle of funnel content, show how your approach solves the problem better than alternatives like your competitors. And for the bottom of funnel content, be explicitly clear about how your product solves their specific problem. This alignment between content and search intent is what separates content that converts from content that doesn't. Most SaaS companies measure the wrong things when it comes to content. Forget about page views and social shares. Here's what you should actually track. Assisted conversions, track how many people read your content before signing up. Sales velocity, measure how content affects your sales cycle. Content ROI, the actual revenue generated from content influence deals. When you measure these metrics, you'll know exactly which content is driving real business results. And then you could double down on what actually works. Let me show you how this works in practice. One of our clients, a customer success SaaS platform, implemented this exact system. Before working with us, they were publishing random blog posts with no strategy. They were getting around 1,000 monthly visitors, 2 to 3 demos per month from their content. After implementing our content system, they focused on pain point content around reducing customer churn. They also built comparison content, positioning their solution against alternative competitors. And then lastly, they created case studies showing specific ROI from using their platform. And the results, as you can see here, is 15,000 monthly visitors within 6 months, 30 plus qualified demos per month from content, 200,000 in annual revenue, 5 new enterprise customers worth over 200,000 in ARR. And by the way, guys, all it takes is one really good SEO optimized video to consistently get 30 qualified demos a month. Okay. That's all it takes. You can have one video. That's how YouTube works. You can have one video generating customers for you for years, actually forever. Okay, so definitely take advantage of this strategy. This is the power of a systematic approach to content. Here's what you need to do right now. Audit your existing content. Is it addressing specific pain points or just generic information? You want to make sure you're really honing in on your target audience. You don't want to be super bland and broad because you're not going to attract the right customers. Then you're going to document your content production process, who does what and when. Create templates for your most common content types, and then set up proper tracking to measure content effectiveness, okay? If you're serious about scaling your SaaS through content, you need to start thinking about content as a system, not just as a collection of random articles. Remember, quality content that converts beats quantity every single time. If you found this video to be helpful, make sure to subscribe for more SaaS growth strategies that actually work. And if you want a personalized content strategy for your SaaS, click the link below to book a free strategy session with my team. We'll analyze your current content approach and show you exactly how to build a content system that drives real business results. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.